Alright guys, so in this video here today, we're going to be taking a look at Polyfill, kind of like a no Polyfill versus Polyfill comparison by ear. We're going to start off by building two identical enclosures, and while you watch this sexy footage, I'm going to explain a little bit of the theory behind Polyfill. So to my understanding, the theory behind Polyfill is, it's the shit you find in pillows, but you know what the product is, but what does it do and why does it do it? Well, basically, without dumbing it down too much, when you fill an airspace that's X amount large, it takes X amount of time or Y amount of time for the sound wave within the box to travel from one side to the other. Polyfill, what it's meant to do is it's meant to slow down that sound wave in your box. Therefore, as the guy on Sonic Electronics, his explanation video, tricks the woofer. Well, yeah, it just takes longer for that pressure wave to completely engulf the box and get back to the subwoofer. And that's the part where it makes it thinks it's a bigger box, more or less. So it's commonly used in like a tight box where you are limited on airspace, but you're still within the recommended airspace for the woofer, but not in the optimum range. In this example, we're right on the dot on the factory spec size box and factory spec airspace. So this may help more in a smaller enclosure. I know this isn't a perfect test by any means, but we're gonna give her a try here. So along with some benefits, Polyfill has some drawbacks. Heat can be an issue if you put too much, or if it really lacks the air movement within your box if it's a sealed enclosure. So your woofer can actually heat up more, and you could risk, if you're pushing your woofer to the limits of its RMS, putting a lot of Polyfill, or any, depending on the size of the box, might be a bad idea, because it's just going to get hotter in there, because it's really going to insulate that airspace so that it can't get to the wall of your box. I know it's still only wood, but it's still a much better heat sinking material than this soft fluffy stuff that is air trapped inside of it. That's pretty much the definition of insulation. I mean, come on. It will get hotter. Sorry, but there's no woofer porn in this video. You can look elsewhere on my channel for that if you're really interested in seeing these 15s flex. By the way, I never mentioned that before. These are P3 15s, the D2 variants. So we're going to be running at 4 ohms on my T2500, and we're going to be using the exact same settings for each. I'm just ballparking in a gain of 600 watts ish.
Well, that's weird.
Alright, so we're here with Mr. Mother
Papa.
and so you've listened to both, and what do you think?
I like A.
You like A,
A sounds.
but what we wrote down on the paper is you like B.
An A.
Well, A was for the fucking Metallica. I mean AC/DC.
You fucked up. They're just gonna hate me for that.
Personally, I can't really tell the difference between either of them in this environment. Except B is a little bit better on
Pop.
like what I normally listen to, like heavier bass hits, longer bass hits, punchier bass, but definitely not like that, not the rock style drum kicks though. So unconclusive.
As you can probably see due to the text on the screen, spoiler alert, B, or nicknamed Ella, was the one with Poly, and A, aka Kyle, was without Poly. So in conclusion, truly, I can't really tell that much of a difference. I can hear them different, but I don't know which one I prefer. So, I mean, user beware, you gotta experiment for yourself. But a couple other things we learned in this video are, don't just prime your MDF and then paint it with regular acrylic black spray paint. It turns out like shit. Don't attempt to use 50 or 60 amp rated Chinesium, I mean pure China Direct Anderson connectors. They're shit. And yeah, that's about everything. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section. I'll get back to you. Now you guys have yourself a good evening.